Hi guys, hope you're doing well. We've all experienced bullying at some point. For you guys that you're still getting bullied, hopefully we could discuss like what could be done about it. I'll tell you my experience first. Not being the smallest kid around, I was quite self-conscious, non-confrontational, quite timid to be honest. Now, the point of that is when people started name calling me. Uh, I just rationalized it. Well, I'd say rationalized. It was more like just making up for the fact that I got intimidated by people. A bully will tend to use your weaknesses to their advantage. So what they'll do, they'll be confrontational with you. More importantly, in front of other people, which puts more pressure on you. And because you can't respond, you sort of like just make a spectacle of yourself. So not only does it ruin your self-confidence, it ruins people's uh, respect for yourself. So yeah, bullies they tend to look at it and take advantage from your weakness. So um, at some point of your life, you have to learn, to do something about it. So let's look at three possible solutions. One, you could tell your teacher or a boss. That's the official way to do it. But you have to have someone who's quite committed to actually, having your back because it's quite a hassle finding evidence against bullies. So if they're not going to give 100%, or if it's just doing, their job, they're probably not going to get very far, if I'm all honest. Uh, Number two is insulting the person, and you could do straight up aggressive insulting, or you could just tease them. Now, with aggressive, dissing, to be honest, if you was that good at it, you probably would have gotten to that stage already. The fact that you're not may mean you're not quite a confident disser or insulter, and if you do come across as cheesy, it's just going to end up being a flop. In terms of banter, like just joking around, trying to get on their side with sense of humor, that's all right, just as long as you're not self-depreciating, and make sure that they're not disrespecting you. And that brings me to number three, which means basically just telling them no, it's just not acceptable. Now I know what thought is in your mind straight away if you're being bullied now, So we're going to look at how to deal with the ramifications of that. If you're not all in one already, I would suggest you start doing like a self-defense class or martial arts boxing, something like that. And please stick with it in the long term. We're all, you've got a lot of people, including myself, which is white belt in some martial art, which you just give up after about a couple of months. Just remember, anything you do now, it's not just like for the immediate situation you may be dealing with now or this week or this year. It's about creating a foundation for yourself. So, like, even if you're like in an office and people are intimidating you, the fact that you got that fighter spirit inside you will give you the confidence to stand up for yourself. So, yeah, as you can see, number three is the one I'm most in favor of. I've got a real life example, but it's not really bullying, but hopefully you can take something from it. I was on the bus the other day, quite a while ago actually, and some guy just walked past me and said, "Fucking move." Right? I didn't even think, this is very uncharacteristic of me, but I turned around and said, "What did you say?" Like that. And he turned around and he told him, I said, "Oh, I asked you to move." The crowd, everyone started watching, but I didn't really care because I was in that momentum. So I just said, "No, you think you told me to fucking move?" And he said, "Oh, yeah, sorry, mate. And I said, "Look, don't ever talk to me like that again." And he's like, "All right." So, yeah, it was probably uncharacteristic of me at the time, but the point I'm making there is that I was calm and firm in my response. Uh, Obviously, that didn't escalate. Now, if it does escalate, like if you're in a situation and they start going around saying, "Oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it?" If it's in that situation on the bus, I would recommend you just back off because it's some stranger you don't know whether he's just come out of prison or whatever. But if it's in a school or in an office, and you're sort of quite confident that they're not going to stab you, then what you can do, here's what I do, just look at them, calm and collected, and just say, "Look, I've made my point, so you do what you're going to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do." And you say that calm, straightforward, eye contact, and firm. And that normally tends to like just stop the situation there because people don't really want to fight. They just want to feel better than someone. I know how hard it is for some people. You know, you're shy and timid, and some of you just want to be peaceful, and that's cool. And I've got respect for you and everybody. But growing up in life, I've found out that people will test you, and people will look for your weaknesses. So you're gonna have to learn to stick up for yourself, and the earlier you do it, the better. Well, yeah, that's my opinion on bullying. Let me know what you think. Agree, disagree. Either way, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day. Bye bye.